going to be talking about 15 things I learned while studying abroad. This is kind of a different video for me. My friend Lindsay Rum just posted one of these, and I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I thought, you know what, Scarlett, just go for it, even if it's a little bit more vulnerable or a little bit more abstract. I don't know, this is something I've been really wanting to do, and I feel like the past 6 months living in London has changed me so much. And I just kind of want to share some of the insights I learned about life, about myself, about travel with you all. I've been getting a lot of requests asking me to do more videos about my experience abroad, so I thought we would kick it off with this one. A little bit of housekeeping that we need to get into before I can go on with this video. Obviously I chopped all my hair off. That's new. I got a lot of questions about it on Instagram, why I decided to do it, whatever. I just felt like it. Honestly, you guys know, if you've been following my channel for a while, I just kind of mess around with my hair and do whatever I want with it. So this is my new look. It's the shortest it's ever been, so that's kind of exciting. The second thing is I am now officially a Glossier representative. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I've been a Glossier fan for over a year now. It's pretty much all that I use in my makeup routine. So I'm so excited that I am now a Glossier rep, and if you go to my page, which is linked down below, you can get 20% off your first order and free shipping if you buy 2 items or more. I'll also link my everyday makeup routine down below because I use all the products that I pretty much use on a daily basis in that video, so you guys can see how I use them and what I use and everything like that. Let's get on with this. I'm reading them from my phone notes, so sorry if I'm looking down at some points. Some of these are pretty self-explanatory, others I feel like I'm gonna need a little bit of an explanation for, so just bear with me. 15 things I learned while studying abroad. The best friends are the ones you have to work at. What I mean by that is that my best friend studying abroad, her name is Grace. She doesn't really watch my videos, and that's totally fine with me. So she's definitely more of an introvert and I'm more of an extrovert. So when we first met, it was more me like trying to get her to be my friend, and even though I knew she wanted to be my friend too, it was a little hard for her to open up to me at first. And I think me like really pushing and like working at that friendship was so worth it, because I know that she's gonna be my best friend for life and I'll always have her in my life. Number 2, doing your research and making a plan is always worth it. I love to be spontaneous, but at the same time, when you're traveling, making a plan is always worth it. With our first trip to Amsterdam, we didn't really have a plan, and I think it kind of bit us in the ass in the end, because we kind of did like the same things over and over again when we really should have like really done our research, made a plan for everything we wanted to see. And like one day we tried to go to the science museum and it was closed, and just like we ran into little hiccups like that. So always make a plan. For all of the other trips that I did, I thoroughly researched and made sure everything was open on the right days. 3, allow yourself to be spontaneous. Getting lost is not always a bad thing. This actually happened when Grace and I were first becoming friends. We took the wrong bus to get to Asda, which is like the British Walmart. We took the bus to the end of the line, we got lost. I didn't have data on my phone yet, her phone died, and we were walking in the rain for over a mile to get to Asda, and it was definitely a bonding experience for us because we barely knew each other, but I think it really solidified our friendship. And just also getting lost in general, you know, walking around London, it's okay to not always have a plan, especially when you have more time in an area like London. Sometimes we would just like go into the city and see what we could see, although most of the time we did have a destination in mind. One day Grace and I saw a poster for School of Rock, the musical, and we're both like, we really want to see that, we should do it. And then we decided to buy same-day tickets and go that night, even though we hadn't planned to do that originally. Being spontaneous, although sometimes it can be hard for me, is definitely always worth it. Number 4, becoming a regular at a cafe can always pay off in the end. This has a specific story to it. I was a regular at this cafe that was actually on my campus, and my last day before I left back for America, it was like an hour before I left for the airport, I went to go use my stamp because I thought I could get a free coffee, but it turned out I actually needed one more. But because the girl recognized me and she's like, oh, you're going back today, that's so sad, like we'll just give you a coffee even if you didn't have enough stamps. So it was really worth it in the end, and just little things like that, and just like getting to know a space is just, I don't know, especially when you're in another country, it just really felt like home, you know? Number 5, if you see someone cool, talk to them, because you may befriend them too late and wish you had put yourself out there earlier. This happened to me with a group of people that I didn't end up talking to until my last month before I went abroad, and we became really great friends, and I had the best last month with them, being their friend, being in their friend group. And I had seen them from the beginning of my time there, and I just didn't put myself out there, and I really wish even now that I still had talked to them at the beginning instead of towards the end, because even though putting yourself out there can be really scary and it's a hard thing to do, it's always worth it in the end, and I will always regret that. Number 6, Podcasts are the best dishwashing motivation and will actually make you like to clean your room and be productive. 7, nights in spent with good company are definitely the ones you'll remember most. 8, you don't have to document everything. You'll remember things just as much without filming them or taking pictures. I think this was really true for me because my trip that I went to Budapest, Vienna, and Prague, I didn't vlog, and at the time I was super happy with it, and I think I made the right choice because I was enjoying myself and I just did not feel like pulling out my camera and updating, you know, it about my life at that moment. And I think I will always, you know, be proud of myself and remember that because I don't have to document every experience I go through. 9, a picnic in the park is always a good activity option and will become a staple of your friend group. Very true. 10, trying new things is always worth it, even if it can be really scary. 11, don't risk running for the tube because of one day your arm might get caught in the doors. Yes, that did happen to me. I was actually on my way to the meetup that I had while in London. 12, spending money is okay. Don't deprive yourself of a good experience in order to save money. This is what you saved for and you'll never get the same opportunity again. While I was abroad, it was very expensive, but I saved up for so long in order to go abroad, and sometimes it was really, really hard for me to spend money, but at the same time I had to remind myself, like, this is why I saved that money. I'm never gonna get this abroad experience again. And so if I wanna have a good meal and buy $15 ramen, you know what? Just do it, because you're never gonna get to like be, you know, tube distance away from your favorite ramen place with your best friends while you're 20 years old in London, you know? So if you have the money, spend it because you don't want to deprive yourself of a good time. But also, on a separate note, if you don't have the money, don't spend it. It's not worth it putting yourself in debt or like going hungry for a while just to do this like one activity. Number 13, letting go of important people to you once you outgrow them is perfectly valid and a very healthy part of growing up. This happened to me while I was abroad. I went through a breakup and it was super hard, but I know at the end of the day, it was the right choice because we were on different life paths, and while I will always care for that person very deeply, it was the right time, and although it was really hard to admit, I definitely made the right choice for me. 14, it is okay to acknowledge you've changed as a person, even if you can't put your fingers on how you've changed. I know that I'm a very different person in a lot of ways, but I can't really identify exactly how I changed. I can't be like, I've grown up and matured because of this, and this. Like, I can't say why, but it sounds so like stupid and prolific, like I'm changed, blah, 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 studying abroad changed me, but it really did at the end of the day. Like, living away from my family for 6 months in a completely different place, in a completely different culture than what I've grown up with, like, it changes you a lot, and it's totally okay and totally valid to acknowledge that change without having to list off the reasons and the qualities in which you've changed. Number 15, no one will ever truly understand the magic of what you've experienced, no matter how hard you try to explain it to them. Besides the friends that I went through this experience with, my friends at home, of course they're supportive and they're sympathetic and they understand and are excited for me, but they don't truly get the magic and like everything that I experienced while I was away. And you know, it's really hard for me not to be like, oh, when I was abroad I did this, or when I was in England I did this, you know. It can be really hard to kind of like hold that in, but I don't want to be that girl that just like constantly talks about like, you know, where she went and what she was doing while she was abroad. But it's okay, people don't have to empathize with every little thing that you did, but as long as the people in your life know how important this experience was to you, I think at the end of the day, like, that's totally fine. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it kind of made sense. I feel like it was a bit all over the place with like some really prolific advice and then just like random things I kind of threw in there. I just wanted to make this video to encapsulate how important this experience was to me, and I always appreciate your support, always. And it's just amazing that I have an audience that is like willing to accept me in all the phases of my life and willing to grow with me and change with me, and you guys are growing up too, and hopefully I can help guide you through what life brings you. I don't really know, but thank you for listening, and thank you for just being willing to hear what I have to say. It's just kind of amazing. Let me know what you want to see next on my channel. I have a lot of ideas coming your way and I'm super excited to do more. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and go check out all of my social media. All of the links will be in the description. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!